Yo, yo, it's Five Bloodline. I'm your host, Cash Money, joined here by my co host.
Be ready 303.
And today, we are going to break down the fight card later for UFC on the next episode that we're shooting right after this. But first, we're starting off with the Super Bowl for the NFL, featuring the Seattle Seahawks versus the New England Patriots. Uh, Got the live going on Twitch. Make sure y'all go check that out. And who do we think is winning the Super Bowl, bro? We talked about it a little bit before. Seattle being the number one seed. Drake May, he's looking not so good in the playoffs. He had a lot of picks last weekend. Or not last weekend, excuse me, the weekend before playing the Broncos, but it's a really good defense.
I can't believe that they made it, honestly. you know,
Yeah, it's kind of crazy,
especially with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but I kicked that dude out of the V house one time
No,
when I was a
no, please
bouncer
tell us
there.
a story. Tell us a story about this Baker Mayfield
Well,
situation.
well, I didn't know much about football at the time,
Tell the
and
fans.
I didn't know who he was, but he was at the V house in downtown Denver, and on 20th and Market, and I was a bouncer there, and he uh he was acting up. Him and his entourage, they were acting up, and they're taking shot glasses, and throwing the shot glasses around, standing on the tables and stuff. And I had told him, I was the lead security that night, and I had told him that if they don't stop acting up, that they would have to leave. And then they didn't stop because they thought I had money. I didn't know who he was, but I ended up kicking him out. He started yapping his mouth, and I mean, I thought we were gonna fight for a moment, but then later on, my manager came up to me and was like, "He's
Hmm.
like, we just got kicked out," and I'm like, "No," and he was like, "That was Baker Mayfield. He's a quarterback in the NFL." I was like, "Oh shit, I
Yeah,
didn't
I
know."
believe this is when he spends his time in Cleveland. Am I wrong?
What's that?
Do you know what year this was? Because I believe this was the year that Baker Mayfield was with Cleveland.
Yeah, with the Browns.
So he's probably there with like. Do you know what year it was?
And I would say 2018, 2019, or
Oh,
something like that.
I believe that would be Micah Parsons' rookie year, if I'm not
He
mistaken.
was he was there with a couple of black dudes,
Uh,
couple of big black dudes.
okay. Let's chill out on that. I think you might have dodged a stray because if you were to say ran into defensive end number 95 on the Browns, Miles Garrett, he's known to like just saying there's controversy about Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph. How he may have said an offensive word to Miles Garrett about his race, and then Miles Garrett took his own helmet off and smacked him with it. Not a very proud Steelers fan moment, but let's just. I think he dodged a stray that night because if Miles Garrett was right there and he would have swung on Baker Mayfield, it would not. I don't know. He's like, what is Miles Garrett, 6'5", 240?
Doesn't matter. There was a lot of us. There was Igor was there, Valley was there, a bunch
Yeah,
of other the big Serbian dudes were
bunch of
there.
big old
Everybody,
Russians.
Serbians, yeah, but it would have trust
Or
me, it would have ended.
Serbians, my fault.
It would have ended. It would have ended bad if there was only like three of them. There's probably like 12 of us.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Miles Garrett's a phenomenal beast. So shout outs to him too. He won Defensive Player of the Year. It's a pretty big accomplishment. I believe that is his second time, even though they stunned my guy TJ Watt and Max Crosby, who I think are both better than Miles Garrett. You already know. Kind of feel bad for you though, Raiders
Definitely
fan.
TJ Watt. He was a beast, bro.
TJ or JJ?
TJ Watt.
Yeah, I know. Crosby's a
He's a
beast
beast.
too though, but since he's gonna get traded.
Yeah, that was done, bro.
Yeah, you guys are giving up way too much too early.
Yeah,
But I think we can both agree that Seattle's gonna put BTA, right? Like, there's no question about it.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I have a final score prediction of 37-17. Now I feel like Patriots might get one or two touchdowns, but
I don't have a score prediction, but I don't think the Patriots are gonna fucking
yeah,
make it.
since you're a Raiders fan, both of our teams didn't make it, but sure, Steelers going Super Bowl next year.
it's just crazy that Baker Mayfield made it to the Super Bowl. I can't believe that, bro. I don't know how.
Ba- Baker Mayfield didn't make it Super Bowl this year. It was Sam Darnold and Drake May.
Oh, really? I thought he was for the was isn't he quarterback for the?
He plays for Tampa Bay.
Oh, my bad.
You're good, bro. Don't worry about it. And now our main sports UFC, which we'll get to that later. But yeah, we got a couple people in the chat asking. Yes, the UFC card will be later on. But thank you for liking the live. Much love from both of us. Yeah, I think yeah. Okay, so somebody just put in our little chat that it could like, there's two defensive linemen and one D back that you might be talking about when you said about those two guys that were Baker Mayfield. One could have been Denzel Ward, because I believe he was also a rookie that year, and Myles Garrett.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I don't know much about football, so I didn't know it. I didn't even know that neither one of them, that all three of them are NFL player. But I mean, I kicked them out.
Oh, also been Nick Chubb. Yeah, yeah. Hey, those fools are beasts, but they're on the Browns, so Browns like they all kind of suck terribly. But this has been our Super Bowl episode. I'm your host, Cash Money. Not our main sport is NFL, but we'll do all the championship games. We'll post it on our podcast. It's just mixed up because it's always nice to get a little bit away from MMA and go to the other sports like hockey. I'm not the biggest in soccer. I know you know a little bit more in soccer since like I believe that was your first sport. Am I right?
Yeah.
I know you know a little bit more about soccer than me, so maybe we can figure something out. I don't really
I'm not.
understand
I'm not up.
soccer that
I'm
much.
not up to. I'm not up to date. You know what I
Not
mean?
really
But
much.
like,
I know Ronaldo.
I
The
was a huge soccer fan when the original Ronaldo was big. You know what I mean?
right, and then the Messi guy. That's all I really know. Those two. But yeah, I think that's it for our Super Bowl episode. We're gonna get on to MMA now. We out.